Hello, I'm Wim Steeman from Loosdrecht, 25 kilometers south of Amsterdam, and I would like to share with you 10 tips how to build a state-of-the-art house in Holland. Tip number 1. An exterior, an outside which integrates and suits in the region. It fits next to the neighbors' houses so that it adds to a nice neighborhood. In this case, a classical farm in the style of about 100-150 years ago with all the nice details to it. Tip number 2 is perfect insulation. Absolute high-class insulation. You see this thick here in between with a resistance of 5, and in the floor even thicker. I'll show you. "45 centimeters of insulation down there, and in the roof a resistance of 6 with 30 centimeter of glass wool insulation. For Holland is superb insulation. Tip number 3. Floor heating throughout the whole house, every room, with a heat pump. These are the valves. And every room has a thermostat to control the temperature for each room separately. The heat pump extracts warmth from the underground to take care that this buffer tank is on the right temperature, so that there in the corner the big pump can pump just as much water as needed to keep all the rooms on the required temperature. Somewhere there in the garden there are 4 tubes going 100 meters down to extract warmth from the earth to keep this house warm. An extra function on this heat pump is that it can also cool the house and bring the warmth, which is too much, back into the ground to heat the ground up for next winter. So the house is always in perfect temperature, not too hot, not too cold. Tip number 4. Of course, solar panels. And these panels are essential in an energy neutral house. We put them on the roof tiles so that when in 20 years they might be old fashioned, they can be exchanged without exchanging these roof tiles, because roof tiles can go for 100 years. The unit can control every panel separately. So when there is shade on one of the panels, it doesn't affect the other panels. Every panel works at maximum capacity, and it is of course connected to the internet so that we can see the result of all the energy that's being stored. Tip number 5. In an all-electric house you need a very strong electric connection. So in this case we have a 3 times 63 ampere connection to the street to serve the heat pump and to take away the electricity from the solar panels. You now see it is blinking, and it is because the electricity goes back to the street because you're now delivering from the solar panels. And if you're not familiar with the Dutch electricity system, we have these kind of plugs and these kind of sockets. You can stick them in either way, doesn't matter. Every socket is earthed in every room, and there are extra safety measures so that the 230 volt is not dangerous in any way. Tip number 6. In every room there are these valves in the ceiling, and these are not for heating, these are for fresh air, but with a special system. The air goes into the bedrooms and the living room. It's being taken out from the kitchen and the toilet bathroom, and it goes upstairs to a special box. This special box, the balanced ventilation box, takes out the used warm air from the house, blows it outside, but while going through the box it exchanges the warmth with fresh air coming from outside, warms that fresh air up and brings warm fresh air into the house again. Do you know this? Tip number 7. A cooker, serious cooker. This can make cooking water directly. And more spectacular, you can take water out safely and directly after you tapped boiling water. It's a real spectacular super tap. And here underneath you see the cooker technical details. Now a lot of pipes and tubes, but the system there up there works perfect. Tip number 8. Glass fiber and internet in every room. In a few months they will install the glass fiber, pipes are already dug in the ground, and then 1 gigabyte is the standard speed for internet here everywhere in the house. And every room has its own wired internet connection for computer or for television. Every room, everywhere. And of course there is gigabyte Wi-Fi everywhere throughout the house. Tip number 9. Safety latches and hinges. This house is completely safe. When I pull this up, it brings out here, it brings out there, it brings out there a hook. It has anti-pulling protection and safety cylinders. So when it's closed, it's really closed. And tip number 10, even the shed has a nice insulation so that you can store your product safely, like electric batteries for your bicycle and paint and other liquids. So no worry here, there is no frost at all in this shed. So we would like to hear your comment. What would you improve? What would you do? How can we make it even better? What is your idea? We like to hear from you. See you. Bye.